Hello there, my name is Jesus Messiah, and today I have prepared a tutorial for you, namely for sound and voiceover editing for League of Legends. So, let's start from all the stuff you're gonna need. Obviously you're gonna need Obsidian and LCS Manager, but you need those always when you are making a mod for League. But for stuff specifically for audio editing, you need those four programs here. Fubar 2000, along with its plugin for League of Legends. Wwise 2016, specifically the 2016 version because this is the one that League uses, but we'll get to that later. Audacity for editing all your sound files, and BNK GUI exe to actually look into League's audio files made by Murilli. Available on GitHub, but all the links will be provided in the post anyway, or in the video description, wherever you are viewing it. So, then let's move on to actually preparing your workspace, because you don't want to get lost in your own file explorer. What I like to do is create a specific folder for what I'm doing right now. I have a folder called My Mods, then you can find all the mods I've been working on. Today we'll be working on this mod, Kha'Zix. It's car mod for Kha'Zix, cars from JoJo. And then I create a folder called Audio. That's where all the, audio files that I want to replace are going to go. But before we move on to that, you need to extract all the relevant files you want to edit for your champion. So let's move on to Obsidian. Let's fire it up and locate. Oh, I already have it located. Usually you'll find all this in this path. Windows, the C drive, Riot Games, then League of Legends, Game, Data, Final, and Champions. Here I have all the champion files for every single champion available in the game right now. Since we are editing Kha'Zix today, we need to locate him. And that's where he is. You can see two files, kha'zix.wat.client and kha'zix.n_us.wat.client. This one has everything about the champion except for the voiceover. And this is just the voiceover. Why are they in separate files? Because it depends on what League of Legends client's language are you using. For me, it's English, that's why it says NUS. If you're from, say, the Netherlands, you're gonna see NL. If you're from Brazil, you're gonna see BR, probably. You get the groove. We're gonna be extracting both, since I want to show you both sound effects and voiceover editing. Let's start from this one. Let's click on it and click open, then open again. Locate Kha'Zix again. That's where he is. And now on the base file. Yep, we got both of those here. For the voiceover file, you can just do extract all, and I would also recommend you create a custom path for the extracts. For me, it's in the Obsidian folder. I created a folder called extracted files, and here I have all the champions I needed to edit at some point. There's also Kha'Zix. Just create a folder called Kha'Zix, or whatever else champion are you editing, Mordekaiser, Nasus, whatever. Say Kha'Zix, just select this and click select folder. Then it will extract everything inside. Do the same for this, but if you're only going to edit sound effects and nothing else, expand the assets list, then sounds. Yeah, actually, we can just get sounds. We can just select sounds and then extract selected in the same folder we had a minute ago. So extracted files, Kha'Zix, and here. Assume everything is extracted. Let's go inside and see how it looks. Don't worry about all this. Let's just focus on this. It should all should be here. Assets, sounds, Wwise 2016, and there you have sound effects and voiceover. Inside, There are different skins, but we'll be editing the base one today. Obviously, if you're going to be editing a specific skin, which might have different audio, you go to the corresponding folder. And here you can see two files, audio and events. Same thing you will find in the voiceover path, along with the name of the language. Yep, alright. So, now, before we move on to actual replacing stuff, let's prepare the audio files for importing to League. Where you can get the audio files is entirely up to you. It wholly depends on what you are trying to do. Maybe you can find some voice lines on a YouTube video. Maybe there is some repository online. It depends on what you want to do. I can't help you with that. Just look around in the internet, or maybe you rip it from a game yourself. Once you have it, fire up Audacity. For me, let's go to downloads. This is a short clip I have of cars putting on the stone mask with the redstone in it. I won't be going through all of this. It's as much as I love JoJo sound design, I won't force you to sit through it yourself. But what you want to do first, if you have an audio file like this, you have to trim it. Remove all the unnecessary silent parts, like here. Remember to move the track to the left so it always begins at 0.0. You can do so here as well. Basically just click, left mouse click somewhere, right click, split clip, and then click here. I mean, on the clip you want to delete, and just click the delete button. Control Z if you want to obviously reverse what you have done. And then you have to trim it properly. That depends on what exactly are you replacing. I've already trimmed it. It's right here. So that's up to you. Remember that it is wise, especially for sound effects, to keep them about the same length, so nothing overlaps. For voiceover, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter that much. Obviously you don't want to have a 2-hour monologue instead of a short emote. But if it's, a few seconds too long, it's alright. I'm pretty sure the game will wait for the previous track to stop playing before playing the new one for any circumstance. That's not true for sound effects, so try to keep them the same length. I wanted this file to replace the recall, so I made it 8 seconds long. And what you also need to do is ensure that the track is loud enough. You will see in a second, but League's raw audio files are quite loud, and only later they are processed in-game, especially through your sound settings, on how loud they should play in-game. So always remember to play around with this a little bit. It is recommended usually to just give it a 5% decibel boost. You can later compare it within the game if it sounds alright. If it doesn't, you can just return to Audacity, change the gain a little bit, make it louder, make it quieter, depending on the situation. But once you have it done, just click File, Export as WAV, and then locate the aforementioned audio folder, this one, and save your file. I would recommend saving it as something intuitive. If it's a sound effects file, just name it what you want to replace. So for example, recall. If it's a voice line, what I like to do is type out what I hear in the voice line. For example, there was a line in the Batman mod, just simply, I am Batman. That's what he was saying. So I would just write, I am Batman, and then click save, so I can later return to them quickly and just know which voice line is which. Yeah, just click save, and you have to do it with every single sound effects and voice line you want to replace, obviously. I won't be showing you the entire process for replacing the entire voiceover, but I'll just show you how it's done, so you can do it yourself. Yeah, once you are done with this, close Audacity. You can save the project. You don't have to. It doesn't matter. What's next? Alright, so next up, you're gonna have to fire up Wwise, because we'll be converting the WAV files we have into WEM files, which League uses for all its sound. Download the launcher, do whatever you have on their side, log in, create an account, whatever. Then go to Wwise, and you have to install the version 2016, preferably this one, 2016.2.6. Any other version will most likely not work. Once you have it installed, however, just launch it, create a new project, name it whatever you want. Let's name it Cars Voiceover for my case. Now there's an information about that we don't have the full license. Obviously we don't care about this nonsense. What we do care is about going to project settings, and this is important to do as the very first thing when you launch up Wwise. Not after importing your files, the very first thing you want to do. Go to project settings, source settings, and change this to Vorbis quality high. Make sure it says Vorbis quality high here. Then just click OK. Then we can actually import our files. And then it depends how many files you have. And if you have them categorized into folders, best thing to do is to actually click Add Folders. Let's locate where our cars is. Right here. You would click on the main folder, and everything within this folder will get imported. So not just the stuff that's directly in the folder, but if the folder has subfolders, it will also get imported. Everything will be shown here, all neat and categorized and everything. Then you just click import. Then all you have to do is click convert all audio files. Don't mess around with anything here. Okay. A window should appear for a little bit, depending how many times you have, how many files you have. If you have a lot, it's going to stay in for a little longer. That's a good sign. That means that a conversion is actually taking place. Then, instead of searching around frantically around your File Explorer, just click on File Manager here. Right-click onto this, open containing folder, and now we can basically just close Wwise. We won't need it anymore, at least for the time being. You don't have to save. I mean, I always say no when it asks me to save my project, and it always saves it anyway, so I don't really think it matters what you click. Then you have to go to .cache, Windows, SFX, Audio, and then we have it. Don't care about this. This is just some internal file. Recall. This is the file we have just converted. Let's open up our file again, audio. Let's just copy it over into the same directory. Let's close Wwise. And now that we have our files all ready and converted, we can finally boot up the GUI. I will actually boot up 2 copies of it, one for sound effects, one for voiceover, just to show you guys around. First thing you're gonna need is the bin file. And the bin file is always the same for sound effects and voiceover. You go to your to your main extracted folder for the champion you're editing, so Hazix for my case. Go to data, characters, Hazix, skins, and then choose whichever bin file the skin you're editing corresponds to. If it's the default one, you just click skin 0 bin, open. We are doing this for both of these. This is the very same file. Here, however, stuff changes. This is the sound. Let's designate this window for the sound effects. So, to access them, we go to Hazix, champion name, assets, sounds, Wwise, and then sound effects, characters, Hazix, skins. Again, if it's a default skin you're editing, just click base and click on the audio.bnk. For events, just events.bnk. Here, however, we have to navigate to the voiceover folder instead. Again, same path, but here you see two audio files. Just take the one that weighs more. This is just 1 kilobyte, it's almost 2 megabytes, so take this one instead. As for events, there's just one event file, so it's pretty simple. Then click Parse Files, and here you have a neat list of all of Hazik's, well, sound effects and voice lines. This is voice lines. Now, beware, this may be a little bit loud. Yeah, it is pretty loud, if I do say so myself. And now you hear more like why we need to increase the volume of our modified files in Audacity first. But from what I can see, it doesn't have any specific voice line for going to recall. So we will just replace the laugh. Yeah. When you have the file you wish to replace, on both cases, here let's actually find the recall sound. Stealth missile recall. This sound that plays right here is just him putting his blades in the ground, and that's it. It's very short, but since nothing will overlap it, because well, that's it, we can replace it with the full 8-second recall that I have here. Click on the files you want to replace WEM data, navigate to your audio folder, the one we've made earlier. So here, my mods, Car6, audio, and then you hear recall. To confirm that it has actually uploaded, imported correctly, click on play sound again. Yep, it has imported correctly. Even if it doesn't sound right, I'm still working on it, doesn't matter. It's the process that matters. Here we can do the same. We'll actually if you are bothered by the program playing the very loud sound effects every time you click on a file, just go into settings and automatic play audio and click disable that. Then yeah, you'll now have to actually click play sound manually if you want to hear what each file has. I'm replacing every single laugh track he has with the same file, so it's easier for testing later. If a character has multiple tracks for one instance of something, say for a laugh emote or his e-cast, it just means that the game is going to randomize one file from the list every time it plays. So it's going to be random, just and the more voice lines you have, the better, then the less stale it will seem. Let's just confirm. All is changed. When you are done with replacing everything you want in the same way, just you can either close it or leave it open, doesn't matter. But click on the main like the parent directory here, and then save as bnk/wpk. I wouldn't advise saving it here, since it will override the original Hazik's files and champion files. And if you're gonna need them again, then you have to extract them again with Obsidian. So for the time being, I'll just extract them into desktop actually, just for training purposes. For you, I would advise you to extract them to your audio folder that we've made earlier. Voiceover, audio WPK, save. Here, same, desktop, and save. So, assuming that you have replaced everything you wanted to replace, you can close this program down, and now we will focus on making a WAD file and then importing those actually into the game. So what you want? Yeah, we can close that. Actually, we'll switch that to. Now you'll have to create a proper file path folder. I mean, just path for the what file. So load modding resources, mod tools, my mods, and let's just create audio final here, and then you have to recreate the same path that you have in your extracted files. So my mods, sorry, Obsidian extracted files, then folder named with your champion's name, ASICS in my case, assets. So it's important to capitalize properly, at least the very first folder. Later on, just leave everything without caps. Go assets, you go sounds, then Wwise 2016, and then here we have both sound effects and voiceover, but they're gonna have to be in separate files. So we will have to actually hold on. This will be for the voiceover since it's a separate file. So just voiceover, then your client's language. For me, it's NUS, but again, if you have your client in a different language, just check what this folder actually says, and then name it properly. Characters, ASICS, it's gonna be skins, and then base, because we are editing the default skin. Right, so this is where the modified files actually go. Hold on, they are here. This is for the voiceover. So locate the one that says VO. Put it right here. Go back to where you can see the champion's name. And again, since this is a voiceover, we actually have to name it a bit differently. Remember how there were two files when we were extracting from Obsidian? We have to name it like the second one, like the voiceover one. So not ASICS, but ASICS .n underscore US, or again, any other language that you may use. Once this is done, go to your CSLOL tools right here and locate the WADMake.exe. Now grab the folder, move it onto WADMake.exe, and then you have it. And then you have the WAD client file. Great. And now for the other one, the sound effects, I already have most of my mod done, so I have to move to a different folder of mine. Since sound effects go into the same file as all the rest of Champion's files, if you're doing a remodel, it will be paired with this. ASICS, as you can see, some stuff is already here. If you go here, you'll find this is all modified stuff imported, well, made by me. But what we want to do is go to assets, create a folder again, sounds, then Wwise 2016. Inside it's gonna be sound effects, characters, ASICS, skins, and then base since it's a default skin we're editing, and just place it right here. You don't need to have the bin files or the events files. Those don't matter, just the actual audio file. Now we do the same with this one. This one is actually to be named only the champion name and nothing else. So Hazix, dragging it onto WAD-make.exe. It makes a good WAD file. Now we open CSLL Manager, and we actually have to create our mods here. I already have one of them, create the main cars. So I'll now create the voiceover. So name it however you want, obviously. This, your auto name, the version's gonna, if you don't put anything, I think it's gonna default to 1.0. Once you're done, click save, add WAD, and you have to add, no, this is the main file. Now I want to add the voiceover, which I have saved right here. Click open, close. Oh, I actually haven't thought about. Oh, did I fuck up? I might have. Sorry. Remember to name them differently, like voiceover or something. Yeah, because then the program gets confused. But that's alright. So this one has, yeah, here, add the voiceover right here. And for this one, we will need the base, the main champion WAD file. So locate that, this, click open, close, have them both enabled, obviously. Click run, and let's test it out in game. Alright, so we are in game.
This world is
we obviously know that the mods are enabled and working. Let's try our Control 4, so laugh emote, which we replaced. It's working and it's playing even though I've started moving. Yeah, the voices are gonna play until they are finished. However, let's see the recall, which is a sound effect. Starts playing, but cuts out early. So you can make the voice lines however long you want, but again, remember to trim your sound effects so that they actually match more or less, but perhaps more the length of the original effect. And well, there you have it. Also, you probably heard that they are a bit quiet. Again, emphasis on making them, on actually mastering them properly. So, increasing the volume in Audacity. Don't be shy with cranking up the decibels. But then again, test them later in game if it all sounds properly and on par with the rest of the game. So that's basically it. One bonus thing I will show you is what to do when, for example, you want to use League's original files and either modify them or put them somewhere else, whatever, because that's what foobar is for. Again, let's quickly fire up our GUI. Let's get the bin file first. So enter data, skin 0, audio files, characters, skins, base, sounds, not characters. Let's take sound effects, 10 characters, Hazix, skins, base, events. Say you really want, let me just check, yeah, it's off. You really want Hazix's, I don't know, E. You really want to do something with his E sound effect. So you click on this, click extract selection. let's extract into the desktop again. But obviously do it wherever you want, in a place that will be intuitive for you, so that it all stays organized. Export it there. It should appear somewhere. Oh, there it is. Now, it's a WIM file, so not many players will be able to actually open it. So you launch foobar, drag it onto here, click convert, quick convert. Then it's gonna do a wave, as you can see. You convert, select where you want it. It can be under that. It can be anywhere you want. Let's save it at the desktop for now. Output, and here it is. And this can actually loud, yes, but this can actually be played by anything you want. And then you follow the exact same process as described below before. So Audacity, do with it whatever you want. It's obviously loud enough as it is, because it's the original leak sound file. Then Wwise, import it. Remember about setting the Vorbis quality to high. Convert it, and then import it. Well, do whatever you want with it. Yeah, I think that's basically it. And if you have any questions, let me know. Preferably on Discord, since that's the best way to reach me. And I hope you make some great sound mods with this tutorial. Take care.